In a breaking news update, we head to Jackson County where our breaking news coverage continues. County Judge Jeff Phillips is advising people to evacuate. Destiny Quinn joins us live with the details. All eyes are on a levee in Jackson County. People spent the day getting sandbags from the Irwin Volunteer Fire Department and removing valuables from their homes. Due to that heavy rain, Corning High School released on Facebook that their buses will run where they can today. And they look so cuddly, but I think polar bears like the biggest bear. Like
probably
bigger than
the most
grizzlies.
Dangerous too.
Yeah, and they're so cute. They look like dirty cotton balls a little bit. But then you saw them. I think a few of them were fighting over food. I'm like, oh well, the cuteness stopped right there.
Right there.
Good morning, Region 8. This is what's happening today. Today is the day. The American Red Cross is partnering with KAIT for the annual Drive for Life blood drive. Now take a look at this. They are ready here at St. Bernard's Auditorium. They have the equipment out, and today you can help make a difference in a child's life right here in Region 8. We'll join the Foxhole guys for the Make-A-Wish Have a Heart Wish-a-thon. And this next story is interesting. A zoo is allowing you to name a cockroach after your ex. In this morning's consumer news, new research suggests digital assistants like Amazon's Alexa and Google Home may soon be able to predict our love lives. So this is what I have, and this is inspired by the artistic style of South Park.
It's
so
beautiful.
There we go, simple. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the detail there. Wow.
I'm free to do some side work if anyone wants to hire me. That's cool. I'm down. For many kids, that sound signals the start of much-deserved downtime. But for Candace Harris, it's an alert. She believes her 11-year-old son, Xander, is good at balancing his game time while also staying safe online.
I haven't been very stringent.
But as online gaming evolves, she knows she must evolve with it. According to marketing and research company, the NPD Group, about 82% of U.S. children between the ages of 2 to 17 years old play video games. That's 55.7 million, and more than half of them play video games online. We spoke to experts in both law enforcement and psychology to find out how your child can enjoy online video games while staying safe and balanced. They broke down the do's and don'ts from the moment that console enters your home to the time it needs to power down.
For most families, the main issue is to decide what works for their children, what works for their family as a whole.
Clinical psychologist Dr. Dana Watson says the best time to talk to your child about the rules would be before they open the box.
Just like if your family was to bring home a new pet, or if your teenager was to get a new vehicle, you would very likely and very hopefully have conversations about this change.
But if you already have a gamer in the house, it's not too late to have that talk. Dr. Watson says make sure you set ground rules, like when they can log on and when the game gets turned off, along with your reaction if your child breaks the rules.
Just like we will teach them other real-world skills about how to cope with that kind of frustration or manage that disappointment, you would want to use that as an opportunity to teach the child in that situation too.
And Dr. Watson says never forget about stranger danger in this high-tech world of gaming. But what should you include in that conversation?
It's always easier to keep a child from something than it is to take it away from them once they get it.
Detective Ernest Ward is part of the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force at the Jonesboro Police Department. He says have the talk as soon as possible.
A lot of times what I see is after the fact, after something has happened, and I come in and as part of my investigation I have to come in and enlighten parents as to what's going on.
He says parents need to know how their child's game console works, including privacy settings, parental controls, and how to report inappropriate behavior.
Know your child's device. Know it better than they do.
And most importantly,
why don't you actually get in the game and actually help me?
When you have a video game that allows a child to communicate across the globe and put on a microphone, talk to someone, and they got the headphones on, you have no idea who they're talking to. The best way to verify them is you meet them when you go to school.
The overall theme here, don't let your lack of knowledge about what your child plays interfere with making sure they're safe. About a week after I talked with Candace and Xander, I went back to their house to see how they handled these suggestions. I've posted that video online. You can watch it exclusively right now on the Region 8 News app, KAIT8.com, and our Roku and Fire TV app. Tiffany Neely, Region 8 News. We're seeing new developments with e-cigarettes and their connection with people too young to legally buy them. Some brands are now discontinuing certain flavors and others are halting the sales of e-cigs in certain stores altogether. So we delved into the issue here in Region 8 to find out where it's happening, why it's happening, and what can be done to stop it. It's a trend sweeping the nation, especially in America's youth. E-cigarettes, also known as e-cigs, vapes, and e-hookahs, sometimes look like regular cigarettes. Other times they look more like flash drives. Either way, they were the most used tobacco products in 2017, with nearly 2 million high school students and almost 400,000 middle school students vaping, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
We need to get it out of our schools, I think, as quick as we possibly can.
Teachers, staff, and students at Corning High School are seeing and smelling the problem right inside these walls. Coach Chris Murray knows the telltale signs.
They go to the bathroom a lot. We walk by the bathroom and smelt it. You know, it has a distinct smell. Most of it, it smells like, you know, like a potpourri. If you can smell it, there's somebody's doing it.
And it's not uncommon.
Because they're so easily concealed. I don't know how, other than just frisking them every day when they come into school.
It's not just high schoolers who are sneaking vapes.
I have heard instances of young kids in the younger schools in 6th grade and below having them. It's getting pretty scary.
Scary and dangerous because Murray says kids are vaping more than nicotine. One day he said he found a kid passed out in the bathroom. Murray said the student had added more to his vape oil, some formaldehyde, others even mixing in paint thinner. And they're doing it everywhere, the bathrooms, the locker rooms, even at the back of classrooms. To deter the students, cameras are installed in the courtyard, but Murray says that's not stopping them. They've even tried punishment like in-school suspension. Still, the kids find ways to vape. He says school staff can only do so much once the students bring the vapes past these doors. He says a better solution is stopping the problem at its source. So some are taking a closer look at vape shops, but Zach Slater at Emerald says otherwise.
If we come in and someone's by themselves and they look underage, we card them immediately. Before they've even asked for a product, they'll be carded. And if they're underage, then we ask to leave.
Slater says with the purchase of any tobacco product, the customer is asked to show ID. If an employee violates that law, the fines are substantial, costing at least $10,000 according to Slater. But these students are getting tobacco products somehow, and 10th grader Elizabeth Ennis says she's seen how.
A lot of parents buy them for their kids.
She says the habit is being fueled by the underage smokers' families. Their cousins and older siblings will also buy them for kids, she said. It's a maneuver that Slater and other employees have caught on to.
If we get the inkling, we have every right to refuse that sale. And we do a lot of the times if we get a vibe that that's what's happening.
Ennis says that ultimately it falls on the parents' shoulders to keep their kids from vaping.
Parents should have more responsibility in that, but when it comes down to, okay, you can go out every day a week, I think it's the person. They have to decide they want to change.
But most of the smokers she's spoken with show no signs of quitting anytime soon.
It's more like, I could quit if I want to. I could if I wanted to. But they never do, or they haven't as far as I've seen.
She's afraid the only wake-up call is if more underage smokers start to see and realize the after effects of the habit.
Before they find a change or a difference in themselves, I don't think they will. So it's really a self-motivation that they have to do it themselves.
Tiffany Neely, Region 8 News.